In this episode, we're going to learn what is a real estate escrow account. So stay tuned. We're going to explain it from top to bottom. In this episode, we're going to talk about what is a real estate escrow account. And at the end of this episode, for everyone that hangs around, I'm going to give you a free hard copy of my book, My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom. It's about 400 pages, and all I ask is that you pay for the shipping and handling, and I'll get it to you. It's about $7. And I'm also going to throw in a free creative real estate webinar. So check it out. I'll get both of them to you. I'll get the webinar to you digitally, and I'll send this out in the mail. So let's dive right in. The definition of real estate escrow account is simple enough, but the do's and don'ts of a real estate escrow account might be a little more intricate than you might think. So stick around, we're going to talk about those. We're going to cover 4 things. For sure, we're going to give you the definition of real estate escrow account. Then we're going to talk to you about the different kinds of accounts and the need for accurate accounting and why it's so important. And then we're going to discuss something you absolutely cannot do with an escrow account. And if you do it, you're looking for trouble. So stick around. We're going to talk about those things. So I'm going to read to you the formal definition of real estate escrow account. And this is how it reads. The escrow is an account separate from the mortgage account, where deposit of funds occur for payment of certain conditions that apply to the mortgage, usually property taxes and insurance. This definition defines the most popular use of real estate escrow accounts. This is when someone is sending you or sending in a principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment. And so when someone sends me their payment for their mortgage, and I collect the PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, I immediately have to separate out the taxes and the insurance person, and I have to put it in a separate account away from my personal money, which is the return of my principal and the earning of my interest. That's my money. It goes in my operating account. But the money that's not for me has to be moved off into a separate account called an escrow account. Other types of escrow accounts could be like at your title company. You send in monies to buy a property, and the title company has to hold that money in escrow until the formal signing of the documents and the transfer is done. They can't keep your money in their operating account either. It has to be a separate escrow account. You can also have escrow accounts with like an attorney. Let's say I have a seller and I'm the buyer, and we're going to go to an attorney to agree on a certain set of things. They might even hold documents in escrow. Like he's going to sign the release and give it to the attorney so that when I finish the roof, the attorney will give me the release of lien on the property. You know, I don't trust this man to give me the document. So we're going to go get a neutral party, and he's going to hold these documents in escrow. When A happens, he's going to release this form. When B happens, he'll release this form. So you can also hold documents in escrow to be released when some service or function or payment has been met. By now, you might be figuring out that the importance of accounting in these accounts is huge. You have to have good accounting because you don't just put one person's escrow amounts into the escrow account. You might be putting 100 people's escrow amounts into that account. What I'm saying is, I have many people who pay me mortgages every month. I have one escrow account. I put the escrow for their taxes and the escrow for their insurance in that account, times 300 people. So you have to have accurate accounting. So when it's time to pay Mrs. Jones's taxes and insurance, I know exactly how much was put in for Mrs. Jones. When it's time to pay Mr. Smith's taxes and insurance, I know exactly how much Mr. Smith sent in. So you have to have very accurate accounting from the get-go. Now, there's this one thing that you absolutely cannot do with an escrow account, or you could find yourself in boiling hot water, okay? Now, before I get to that, I want you to take a look at that like and that share button. And if you find these episodes inspiring or motivating or helpful in any way, could you please hit that like button and that share button and let the world know that we're out here and that we're doing a good job. Also, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe right now. The one thing you absolutely cannot do with an escrow account is commingle it with your own operating account. When you have escrow funds or funds to be escrowed, they have to remain separate from the very beginning of the time they received to the time they're paid out. They can never be commingled. You can't use it for anything personal. The money just sits over there. You're not even allowed to charge or have the money in an interest-bearing account. If you did that, you would have to do accounting that would be out of this world, because the interest doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people whose money you are storing. So, number one, do not ever commingle or use escrow accounts for your personal operations. Number two, don't put it in an interest-bearing account. Just put it in an account and let it sit. And that is the thing you must not do. So we're at the end of this episode, and as promised, I would like to deliver to you a free hard copy of my book, My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom. It's free to you. All I ask is that you pay the $7 shipping and handling, and for doing that, I'm going to digitally download to you right away a webinar on Owner Financing 101. My Owner Financing 101 webinar will explain to you exactly how I've bought and sold hundreds, if not thousands of houses and seller financed them for profit. So go to 1000houses.com/free-stuff and scroll up and down the page until you see the link that reads $7 book plus webinar.